And welcome to the Bucket Boys podcast.
Knowing that there's going to be a sound effect, but not hearing it,
It's tough.
I just feel like we look goofy. But once it's there, it looks good.
We still look that way. Welcome to the Bucket Boys podcast. I'm your host, Gunnar Cain. This is my best buddy, Zak Rector.
Howdy, folks.
This is the Bucket Boys. This is the show where you send in topics. We put them in this bucket. We take them out, talk about them at random. Sometimes only a couple because we yap our fat mouths for 40 minutes.
Yep.
I would talk that whole last episode, I feel like.
I think we split that responsibility.
Okay, good. I was feeling a little bad, but long hair, don't care.
Yeah, I think the BBLs at home like hearing about what's going on in our lives.
I like that. Good. Shout out to the BBLs, Bucket Boy lovers. Taking it back. If you want your topics read on the show, email us at thebucketboyspod@gmail.com. Go watch our clips on TikTok at the Bucket Boys Pod and on Instagram at the Bucket Boys Podcast. Also, full video. Full video. Always available on
YouTube.
the YouTube.
At the Bucket Boys Podcast.
At the Bucket Boys Podcast. Rate, review, subscribe. Apple Podcast.
You guys have been killing it.
Actually killing it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the show. And let's get this out of the way. This Saturday, June 20th, go to Ruckersville with a ticket to Don't Tell Comedy. Can't tell you where it's at. Can't tell you who's on the show. But it's going to be amazing. Always sold out. Always a great time.
I'll be there.
Get a ticky. Let's go. June 20th. Don't Tell Comedy.
That one's
Charlottesville.
exciting.
In Ruckersville.
Yep. Can't wait.
Zach, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. Excuse me. I almost threw up on camera.
Oh, I wish you would have. Really
Just
do.
keep it going.
I actually pray to be around you. The amount of times I've thrown up
Around me.
around you. My brain just threw up.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've thrown up around you and you haven't around me is really upsetting. So every day I see you, I'm like, God, I hope he throws up today.
I think this comes back to what we talked about last week, in which you called me a B word.
Multiple times, by the way.
Because I don't participate in tequila shot celebrations or Four Horsemen kicked out sessions of B-dubs. It may have something to do with the fact that you've thrown up around me more than I've thrown up around you.
Never
Just a thought.
Never alcohol related. It's never been alcohol related.
The last time definitely wasn't. That was food poisoning.
100% food poisoning.
Yeah, that was rough. I was genuinely feeling really bad for you.
I literally got 8 minutes of material out of it.
Hey, however we get there.
It matters the destination, not the journey.
Yeah.
I think that's actually opposite of what you're supposed to say.
Yeah. I'm all about the destination.
I suck. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, but I do think you're a B word.
It's fine. I'm fine with being a B word. I'm a big B word.
I'm going to take some celebratory shots today.
I think it's a good idea. And I'll tell you what, if some Fireball shows up, I'll join you.
Okay, let's do that. Let's celebrate the end of this app because it's going to be a hot app.
For sure. I already have the vibe, the feeling that it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
There's definitely something that's been looming since last week that I think we just need to address.
Yeah.
And it's that little pink Post-it note you got there on your board.
So a few weeks ago.
The cliffhanger you left after last week.
That was good, wasn't it?
It was
That was
good.
a pro cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So,
even I know what's on that card. And even I was like, damn. Can't believe we're not going to get into it. Okay.
So a few weeks ago, let's get into this. So a few weeks ago, several weeks at this point, a few weeks ago, I had a show. I produced Don't Tell Comedy. Come June 20th, Ruckersville. I produced a show in my town.
Yep. And I would like to take a second to give you a lot of credit.
Okay.
Because I was with you from the moment that idea kind of was hatched for that location.
I should let, can I interrupt real quick?
Absolutely.
So I should preface that Don't Tell Comedy, it's great. I know I know some like major markets, it's a little bit saturated, but for like our smaller markets, it's great. It's a secret show in a secret location with a secret lineup. You don't find out the location until the day of the show.
You don't find out the lineup either, right?
Until at the show.
Until you get there, which I think is very cool.
It's all a surprise. Some people love it. Some people don't like that.
Yeah.
I get it. It doesn't matter.
If you're a fan of comedy, you'll like it.
Yeah. So, part of the idea behind Don't Tell is that there's supposed to be these intimate venues, more intimate venues, and kind of in not your traditional performance space for stand-up.
Yeah.
You know, it could be at a library. It could be at a, it could be, I've seen it done at a indoor skydiving joint.
That's cool.
It is pretty cool. I've seen it done at actual performance art spaces, some bars, some, you know, a guy's garage, you know, it's like in a warehouse, in a shipping container.
Damn.
I've seen it on a boat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah.
Never know where you're going to show up.
Definition of pop-up comedy.
It's pop-up comedy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, sorry. I wasn't sure if our audience was going to know.
Yeah.
You know, he keeps talking about this thing, and I just really don't understand what he means.
No, I think the explanation helped big time. So anyway, that particular show was in your hometown. It was your brainchild. It was you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was all you.
Yeah.
As far as the production and coordinating the location and everything. So it was very cool to be a part of that and to be there to see you at your best. You produced it, you hosted it, you ran the whole thing. It was very cool.
It's awesome.
You put a great lineup together.
Thank you.
It was some very funny acts that you had on there.
It was clean.
It was clean.
It was a clean show.
Yeah. It was a couple dicey moments, but
from yours truly. Only from me.
Which was hilarious.
It was only from me.
But
I'm the only one who, we're 10 minutes in, fucked up.
And what was so funny was I was standing right next to the owner of the location. And he was the one that was kind of pushing.
He's the one who wanted it clean. Don't Tell's typically not clean comedy, so yeah.
But yeah, you slipped. You called yourself out in the moment.
Yeah.
And the guy was just chuckling. He was like, I think he understands. Stuff happens.
It happened.
And it wasn't anything crazy. It was just one little slip of the tongue.
No, it wasn't egregious. Yeah. I literally just
said... It's not
like
you took your nipple out on stage or something.
That was the next week. Comedy's wild, man. I don't know.
You never know where it's going to go.
To tell you. Sometimes I'll do whatever it takes for you to smile. That's really.
Yeah.
I just want you to giggle a little bit at least, so I can move on.
But yeah, at that show, it sold out so well that we kind of ran out of seats. And there was a kind of green room VIP section in the very back where all the comics were sitting.
Yeah, well, there was a green room.
Yeah, in the back.
By the stage.
Which
I thought was actually going to be kind of neat.
Yeah.
To have just people walking out of a room.
Popping out from that door, yeah. But yeah, all the comics ended up sitting at the back of the room. And we were fortunate enough to sit in that area just because we wanted, the people that paid to have the seats.
Exactly.
So we were sitting back there.
It's a holding pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It worked out really, really well.
A lot of cameras at that one.
There was a lot of cameras.
We had a lot.
You were doing a great job, by the way. There was one.
We have full production team happening all of a sudden.
But then there was a younger group, 2 guys that came and sat in the very back row, and one of them started recording. And I got to watch Gunnar in action running security detail.
I did have to run a couple. On a couple folk, I had to run some security on them.
We also thought Gunnar was going to strong arm somebody out of the building at one point.
I told him.
You called that dude within the first minute.
Yep, first minute. I said, I'm throwing you out. Not right now, but I will throw you out tonight.
Keep this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that just thinks it's all about him. And
wants to be too involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had a good time. He calmed down.
He did.
You know,
he calmed down. His wife calmed him down, I'll tell you that.
I think every comic took an opportunity to kind of go back and forth with him a little bit. And it made the show nice.
Sometimes you got to give them what they need, you know? So it's important to note that this is the same day you left my house, right? To come to this show. Left my house. That's when the stick
damaged my car.
Damaged your car.
Yep. Because we came to your house to pick your wife up to bring her to the show as well.
Yes. And you guys are super supportive, and you got everybody does a really great job of just being in the moment, right?
Yeah.
And I know that you guys take that very seriously.
Yeah.
With just being there in the moment. So much so that you didn't even check your car.
No. And can I tell you, there's two reasons for that.
Yeah.
One, we weren't up against it. It's not like we were running late.
Right.
But I didn't want to spend any time dealing with that.
Right.
I was like, I can deal with this later. It's not a problem. Also, I didn't want to look at it and have it affect my mood.
Right. Which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you could do about it right then.
Absolutely nothing I could have done about it.
That is such great self-control. I would have got out of the car as it happened.
I almost did, but I was like, there's no point right now. There's absolutely no point. I know if we'd gotten out and I saw it and my wife saw it, she would have been beside herself because she was the one driving.
Yeah.
And she would have been, no matter how many times I said, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
She would have been like trying to convince me that everything's okay.
My wife would have been jammed up in that situation. Yep. 3 people would have been in weird moods.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be at a fun thing, which thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And
it was for the benefit of everyone involved to just ignore it and move on.
So this is the same day that the stick whacks up against the car, damages the car. And at some point in the show...
Can we explain the layout?
Okay. Yes.
Because I think this is important.
So it's basically a long room.
Yeah.
And there's a stage. There's the front door on one end, obviously.
Yeah.
But we're in the direct opposite location on the stage.
Yep.
Chairs in the middle, everything. There's 2 walkways that go down the sides.
Yep.
And if you're facing the stage, the left door, there's a door on the left that goes to the bathroom.
The one bathroom in the building.
You have to go by the stage.
And like we said, it's an intimate venue.
Yes.
So when he says by the stage...
Literally you walk by the stage.
You're eye to eye with the comic on stage when you come out of the bathroom.
Yes, because the first guy who used the bathroom did not like me starting a poop cloud. Which I think is the funniest thing.
Oh, yeah. Because you're hearing everything from that bathroom. 100%.
Are you?
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel even better that he knew in the bathroom that I was talking shit about him taking a shit. So at some point in the evening, Zach, my guy, my co-host, my brother, gets up. I'm sitting in the back. There's another comic on. I'm sitting in the back.
He was the headliner.
It was during the headliner. So towards the end of the night. So we got 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Zach gets up, goes to the bathroom, not thinking anything of it.
I tried to time it just right to where, like, I could run to the bathroom while stuff was going on, and I think you were introducing him. And he got up, and I think I went straight past him after he got on stage. And then once I got in there, I was like, fuck, he's in the middle of his set. Now I'm going to be that guy.
That's okay.
But at the end of the day,
fine. People have to use the bathroom.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Well, Zach's in there for a while, guys. And I'm like, is Zach
started
taking...
the poop counter for the wrong person.
I say, is Zach taking a shit in the middle of this show? What an asshole. And he comes out and he sits down very quietly. He's not looking at anybody. He says something to his wife. And I look at his wife and I lean over and I go, is Zach okay? And she goes, he dropped his phone in the toilet.
100%.
You dropped your phone in the toilet during the show, and there still ain't shit you can do about it.
Not a thing.
But fucking take it on the chin. You have a wet-ass pee phone and a dent in your car.
I dunked my hand, grabbed the phone, took it out, spent that whole time was spent washing my hands and my phone to the best of my ability. I took the case off. I was trying to get all remnants of toilet out of my life.
Now, was there pee still in the toilet?
No, it was before I started peeing.
Oh, damn.
So I took my phone out of my pocket, and I think we all kind of have a routine of taking our phone out of our pocket and
like
kind of
flipping?
spinning it.
Yeah.
And I spun
That's
it.
a dangerous move.
Spun it, didn't have a good grip on it, and I just watched it just blunk.
Oh, dude.
Right in the toilet. So now I'm holding back because I'm like getting ready to start peeing, but now I have to wait until I get my phone out at least.
Uh-huh.
So it was a whole mess.
The only thing that would have been funnier than this is if you peed on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
No. I take this back. Because when you have to pee, you got to pee.
Yes.
The only thing funnier than this,
like, I can't stop.
The only thing funnier than this is if you spent too much time fishing out your phone and pissed yourself.
Oh, I would have. There was an exit door.
Yeah, there is an exit door.
I don't care if an alarm went off. I would have walked out that door and just
peed your pants.
Texted you guys. I'll see you next week. If I piss my pants, there's no chance I'm walking out.
Oh, that was so funny
to
me. I just could not wait to talk about. I could wait to talk about it, but I needed to address it because I know we talked about that show.
Yeah, the funniest part to me of that whole interaction was when my wife leaned over and told you. Now, I'm embarrassed because I just had to fish my phone out of the toilet.
I just got done saying how supportive you are.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to step on you. That was for you to finish that sentence.
So I'm embarrassed. I tell my wife what happened because I knew she would find it funny, but also like, oh, I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
But I also knew as soon as I told her, it was telephoning over to the couch that you were sitting on. And she told you, and I made it a point to not look at you as you were being told because I didn't want the eye contact. So I kept my focus on the stage. And he hadn't told a joke yet. He was in the middle of a setup. And you died laughing.
I couldn't help it.
And you did a good job of doing the silent laugh where you were just letting all your breath out. But yeah, I looked over at one point. I finally looked over and you're laid back, just dying.
Oh my God. It was so funny.
And then we walked out and that dude's dog bit my hand.
Well, that's because you're putting your hands in weird dogs.
No, it's because he was sitting right next to the door, and I walked out, and the dog I didn't even know the dog was there. And he nipped at me. Whatever. But it was a great time.
It was a great time. Shout out to Zach and his wife and my wife for just being supportive. And Zach went through it that day. He really did give his all.
It is what it is, man. Stuff happens.
Zach earned a lot of karma that day.
Still waiting for it to come back my way. But
I respect it. Hell yeah.
No, but that show was a great time. I'd like to say that one more time.
Good show.
I'm proud of you.
Hot show. Hot up.
You put a lot of work into it, and it was very cool to see.
It was a cool show.
As somebody who is a supporter,
yeah, it was a cool show.
It was just like, damn, this is awesome. And then I did network a little bit, like for the podcast side of things.
Oh, yeah.
The headliner had a guy with him. I think he's also a comic too, right? He wasn't on that show.
His brother?
Oh, was that his brother?
That was his
okay.
brother, yeah.
But he was running all that dude's camera equipment, and he had some pretty cool equipment. And I was peeping it the whole time, and I was like, damn, I like that arm that he's using. And started talking to him a little bit, showed him some of our setup.
Yeah.
And that was cool to have that kind of like little interaction. But I was in the middle of the conversation. I was like, oh, I'm making this about me. I need to chill because it's not about me at all.
I loved it. It was a great time. Hot show, hot up. What have you been up to? I haven't done shit. I just wanted to make fun of you.
So,
to be honest,
I had a dream last night, and this is. I hope this frustrates you as much as it frustrates me.
Hearing a dream story?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had a dream. It woke me up, and I remember the only thought that I had was, "Oh, that dream would be good to tell on the podcast." And then I turned over and went right back to sleep. I woke up again, remembering that I had a dream that I wanted to tell on the podcast. No clue what it was.
I'm so happy you brought this up.
It's so frustrating because I feel like...
I think the worst part is it only killed 12 seconds.
Does that ever happen to you?
Where I don't remember dreams?
Yeah, you had a dream and it's like, it impacted you, whether it's positive or negative. You know that there was something there that maybe I could do some thinking about, but then you just can't remember what the hell it was.
I don't really reflect on dreams.
Yeah. I have a hard time, like, I know I have dreams that...
I don't know that I really believe in...
You don't believe in dreams?
No, I believe in dreams. Dreams happen.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the one thing that every single human being can agree upon.
I don't think that I believe in, like, there's meaning in dreams.
I'm with you.
I believe that your dreams are your way of processing your day.
Uh-huh.
And that's why we dream.
Yeah, I think you can process not only your day, maybe traumas, maybe stuff that's happened in your life.
That's what I don't believe in.
You can kind of compound it into a dream.
I believe, this is just a me belief.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that dreams are honestly your brain's way of filing the information you got for the day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And you just have to tack it.
Yeah.
Your brain's got to tack it onto a already known idea.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, well, this happened here, so,
I think it's crazy,
I
though.
can't explain it very well.
It's just proof that, like, your brain never stops. Like, you go to sleep and your brain just keeps going.
Well, here's the thing. This has really been fucking with me. I'm not going to lie. This idea that we're not us. That I'm not this skin or these hands. I'm a brain in basically a bone and skin suit.
Yeah?
This has been fucking with me recently.
When you start going down these different rabbit holes, it'll mess with you.
Because I'm like, wait a second, that's true. I'm not my face.
Yeah.
My eyeballs are hooked to my brain.
Yeah.
Directly to my brain.
Yeah.
So that
it all is. All this.
It's all just hooked to your brain.
The whole suit.
You are just a brain.
Yeah.
You're Craig, dude.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, that you don't think dreams can be anything other than a recap of your day.
I think that's how you... I think that's... So when you... Listen. I think when you take, like, you get a piece of paper, right? We'll just say this is typically a work thing, right?
Yeah.
You get a piece of paper, and it's got to go in a font. Now, don't come at... I know I'm talking very...
matter-of-factly?
Yeah, very matter-of-factly about it, and I'm going to use some, like, older... Because I know, like, all this goes on to...
the internet.
The internet. You get a piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, I've got to put this piece of paper Fuck! I've got to put this piece of paper in this filing cabinet. Right? So you have the piece of paper. It's just some information on it. The information's the paper.
Yep.
Right? And you open the filing cabinet, and you're like, now where should I put it? Should I put it?
Which folder?
Which folder? And then you got to flip through the other stuff in that folder. So you decide a folder, you got to flip through it, and you're like, my papers have to be alphabetized, whatever.
Or by date.
Or whatever. So it's like, okay, I have to put it in between these two or behind this one or whatever. That is what dreams are for your day. It just says, hey, I've got to file this information away. You met these people. How do you associate them? How are you going? How is your short-term memory going to continue to associate this person? So, like last week, I talked about going to a bachelor party. I met these guys. So in my head, I'm like, I already have a bachelor party file because I've been to bachelor parties. So now these
what
people,
new information
about bachelor parties?
Yeah.
Do I have? So I have my piece of paper with my bachelor party, whatever, with my new friends for the bachelor party, but they're only associated with that bachelor party. So this is all short-term memory stuff. I got to go stick it in my bachelor party file. And then maybe later, if I continue to know these people, I can remove that and move it into the long-term memory file and file it under dogs. And
it's a very interesting way to look at it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, this is how I process, but I don't know these people. So what do I know about them? How would I associate that? So maybe like we played golf and they're fun. So maybe I have a dream about playing golf with just random people I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's how I filed that away.
Have you ever heard that like our brains can't generate faces that we've never seen before?
Correct. Well, that's
in a dream.
Dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why that's a huge crux of why this makes so much sense to me, because if you've never seen it, you can't even imagine it, which tells me that there ain't no way you're seeing future shit.
Yeah, I agree with. I don't think
in your sleep that dreams really don't have any meaning other than I'm processing my information.
I see what you're saying. When people say something like, oh, I had a dream about this exact thing happening.
That's called deja vu.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is also fascinating.
Yeah. I do like when people say it's deja vu all over again.
Same thing. It's redundant. Yeah. So, sorry. You know what deja vu is?
I guess not technically.
So I can give you a very, very layman's explanation of deja vu.
Which is how I need information,
but it is
so thank you.
Yeah, because I don't know all the ins and outs. But deja vu is super cool. Deja vu is... It just means see it again or something.
Yeah.
I don't speak French. But anyways, it might be Italian. Is it Latin?
I have no clue. Probably Latin.
Probably an Italian guy.
Yeah.
It's the only term in Italian that we use. It's just deja vu, and you're like, why does it sound like?
Hey!
Why does it sound like 40 other languages?
Yeah.
It's the only thing in the Italian language that doesn't sound Italian.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
But it's literally just seeing something again.
No, you saw it, and your brain, it's like your occipital lobe or something just...
This is getting pretty non-layman's terms.
Well, that's where your eyes are connected.
Okay.
Ocular.
Okay.
That's a good way to remember it.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. So that lobe is...
Well, it kind of hiccups.
Gotcha.
So you already saw it.
Yeah.
But like when you notice that you already saw it, you think it was you can't process it, so you're like, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
It was literally microseconds before.
Gotcha.
But you were like
you played through. You kind of looked ahead.
You already saw it, and it just hiccups and tells you and sees it again. It just
I see what you're saying.
yeah, you're still in
It
real
just
time.
Reprocesses.
It loops basically, and so you're like, wait, I've seen this. You did see it
just now.
just now.
Yeah.
You just saw it, but your brain's basically like, I've seen this twice.
Yeah.
Because it did see it twice. It's because I don't know all the science behind it, but you did see it 2 times.
That's very interesting.
Except microseconds apart, not days apart. Like your brain, like you're feeling like, dude, where was I when I saw this before? It was like right here. Well, that's why everything feels so familiar, because it did happen.
Yeah.
It's happening right now.
Very cool. Very interesting. I never thought about deja vu like that.
Science, dog.
Science, dog. No, I appreciate the lay explanation.
Shout out to all the science people who don't really understand the science.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who's super into science, but
Well,
just can't grasp it.
That's the thing about dreams is like, I don't know if anybody can give a true explanation of why dreams happen, what is occurring.
They don't know.
You know, it's
They know it's happening.
we all experience it. Every single person experiences it.
All animals dream.
Yeah. My dogs, they'll run in their sleep all the time. And that you'll like sometimes they'll growl and howl and bark. It's the cutest little thing ever. I love when they do it. But my oldest dog, every once in a while, it seems as though he's dreaming about something horrible. Like he's not necessarily chasing after something. He's running away from something.
What, living with you?
Probably. It is funny because like our youngest dog, he'll jump in the bathtub and he wants you to turn the spigot on and drink from the faucet. And I don't like it. I'm like, there's a bowl in the kitchen that I replenish daily.
Sure.
It's bigger than this bucket.
Sure.
It's got Lake Havasu is in our kitchen, essentially. And I'm like, it's always there.
Having a what?
Lake Havasu. I was just saying the bowl is large.
What the fuck is Lake Havasu?
I
Can you pick like a known lake?
I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of Lake Havasu before.
That's not true.
Right in. Let us know. It's a lake.
People have heard of Lake Michigan.
Okay, I couldn't think of that one. The Chicago Ocean is in our kitchen.
I mean, Lake Havasu, dude.
I don't know why that's such a hang up. Sorry. Lake Anna is in our living room.
Nobody's heard of that either, dude. We have people that listen to us in the fucking Netherlands. They don't know.
Lake Ontario.
That's a better one. That's a much better one.
It's a great one.
It is a great one. Erie?
Anyway. Yeah, that's it. So I refuse to turn the bathtub faucet on, and he just looks at me because I'll open the curtain and be like, "You have water in the kitchen." He just looks at me like, "What a dick."
And he's dreaming about that?
No. I was just saying because you said they're running away from living with me, and I was sharing an example of why I'm such a horrible person.
That was a wild yes and, by the way.
Look, I'm trying.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
I think the fans out there notice we're both getting better.
Are we?
We're both getting much better. This is a hot ep.
Yeah, for sure. We talked about it earlier. It's got to be a hot ep if we say it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Because you're an engineer of sorts.
Of sorts, yeah.
Because you flip-flopped between, can I say this? Spigot? You said the word spigot? But it's spelled with G's.
A spigot.
Yeah. Is that a regional thing?
It has to be.
Because I don't say that word.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up
Spicketing?
racist. No. Sorry, that was a wayward thought there. I was trying to do something.
You went down a road.
Yeah, real quick in my head, I went down a road and forgot what I was talking about.
You were trying to say Southern, and you landed on racist. So I really appreciate that. The whole South does. I'm not usually comfortable speaking for the South, but in this situation, thanks a lot.
Thanks, bud. No, we just didn't use the word. Anyways, but what's the difference? You said spigot and faucet. Is the faucet where the water comes out of? I'm being genuinely curious.
So I think
faucet's where the water comes out, and the spigot's the handle that you turn.
No, I think I misspoke, and I think spigot is specifically like an outdoor hose connection.
Is that specific, or is it the knob?
I don't know. I think
What if
they could be interchangeable.
Is it attached, like the knob? If the knob's attached to the faucet, that's a spigot.
Could be. Let's look it up.
Zach, we're gonna have to turn the computer on because I can't deal with this fake looking it up and still not knowing the answer. Especially right now when I want to know the answer.
Here's the thing.
I want a laptop that works, or we don't pretend to look stuff up.
Okay. All right. I didn't know we were going to pull the curtain.
It's like, what does it say?
Spigot and faucet can be interchangeable.
All right.
That's it.
So now why do Southerners say two different words when they could just say the one word?
We like to flex our expanded vocabulary.
Do you?
But that's...
Clip it!
You mentioned, regional phrases. It always trips me up when I hear somebody call a shopping cart a buggy. Mm-hmm.
That's northern, though, isn't it? Like northeast?
Yeah, I think buggy's northeast. Buggy might be southern, too. Because when I say it and I hear it, I think a southern accent saying it. Mm. Put your cereal in the buggy, That's not a New York thing.
No, it's not.
But like people that call soda pop.
That's me.
Yeah. But like it's when it drives people crazy that it's pronounced another way. Like deal with the fact we're all from different places. We call stuff different
No. That's
things.
not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all.
No, I know. I was just kind of...
I'm saying you interchange multiple words for the same thing instead of just having a word you say.
Would it have bothered you if I said I went to the store and bought a soda and then 20 seconds later I was taking a sip of my pop?
Yeah, that would have bugged me. Because it's like, dude, pick one.
I get it. Your Midwestern brain can't fathom having so many words available to you like us in the South.
First of all,
we can just grab whatever we want.
First of all, I'm not getting into a regional hatred argument with you because I believe 90% of the people that listen to the show are from the East Coast.
I know. And that army is going to be strong.
Yeah, that's too strong of an army. But
this is the army that thinks 100 men could definitely beat a gorilla.
That is the army, dude, and they're fucking wrong. I, one, am not from the Midwest. Two,
you're from the West. But you're not the West Coast.
I never claimed to be West Coast. I claim to be West Side till I die.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Where does the Midwest stop then?
I think
Kansas?
Honestly, I think the Midwest, I don't even want to find out.
Oklahoma? The panhandle of Oklahoma?
That would be all of Oklahoma, yeah.
But I mean, like that's where it cuts off.
I think that's more southwest.
Yeah, see?
I think Midwest actually like north, like middle north.
Let me look it up.
I think it's like Chicago's the Midwest.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Illinois is the mid, but that's at the top of the country. So it's like Chicago, Minnesota.
That's the north.
I think that's considered the Midwest.
Yeah. And the Great White North at the same time.
That's Canada.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Anyway, shout out Canada.
Shout out to him.
Damn it, I was going to say something. I can't remember. Pick something up.
Good. Didn't want to hear it anyways. Stink. We're not talking about that. We're definitely not talking about that.
You guys got to get it together.
Also, We're not going to talk. I'm going to read what this says, but we're not going to talk about it. But I do want to point one thing out. It says the story of slavery in America.
Nope.
Not getting into it.
It's not happening here.
But Juneteenth is coming up, so it's awesome.
Yep.
That made you very uncomfortable for some reason.
Yeah, I think you should just drop that one real quick.
But the word story is spelled Storey, and I don't know who transcribed this, but...
Definitely somebody from my camp. Definitely that army we were just talking about. Man.
I don't even know what that one said. Too many fireballs. I like this one. This says daylight wasting time.
Daylight wasting time.
That's pretty good, by the way.
That is good.
To call it daylight wasting time.
Yeah.
God, it's close. It's not going up there, but I do like the term daylight wasting time.
We'll put it here, hand it to me. We'll set it near the top topics.
Yeah, can I say daylight savings time is bullshit?
Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize until recently, there's certain corners of the country that don't.
Yeah, Arizona doesn't do it, I believe. That's the other one I know. New Mexico, maybe.
So why don't they, and why do we?
Yeah, I really don't know, dude, because I understand. Is
this something I need to write my
congressman
about?
Yeah, literally.
Okay. I think let's collectively, BBLs, let's all write our Congress people and just have this dropped completely. There's no point.
There really isn't a point. I understand it's for agriculture. But
2 days out of the year, we all get screwed up.
Yeah.
And there's no point.
But also, agriculture, really, guys?
It's only the country's greatest resource, but...
We're home growing all this stuff. That's what you're trying to tell me? You're telling me we're home growing all these things? Let's talk about tariffs.
Let's not. Neither one of us is educated enough to discuss it.
I'm just trying to correlate information here. I'm trying to file it away in my little dream box.
If
tariffs... I meant it. If tariffs are affecting so much food items, you're telling me that we're homegrown this stuff? And I'll have you know, I don't believe that those countries who we import food from do daylight savings time.
Here's my take. I don't think tariffs are affecting food prices. I think corporate greed is seeing an opportunity to raise prices.
That's
and
very
just
true.
Blame it on tariffs.
If you're gonna raise the price of eggs, this is huge. Eggs. Have we done this before?
We've discussed the high prices of eggs.
The eggs, if they're $9 right now, right?
For a dozen.
For a dozen. If a dozen eggs, $9 right now. And let's say that's legitimately because of tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
When the tariffs are over, guess how much you're going to be paying for eggs?
$9.
$9.
Yep.
Because you're already paying it.
That's the new norm.
That's what you're going to do.
Yep.
So now, that's it. Anyways, it's too much. But
I do think we as a society should do a better job of boycotting things. I think we boycott for the right reason sometimes, but we could be boycotting more and not allowing the corporate greed to run as rampant as it is. There's a lot of things we could do without. We could not spend the money. Substitute. I think about eggs and how people are complaining about the cost of eggs. I can't think of the last time I bought an egg.
Well, eggs give me heartburn, so.
But we could do without. We could work around. We don't have to pay this exorbitant price.
That brunch bowl at that one restaurant?
Yeah. God. It's so good.
Dude.
And that's the one food that I will say as a leftover, just as good.
It's just as good. I had it for lunch the next day.
Yep, I did too. I tore it up. But I also had some leftover pupusas. I put those on a plate and put the breakfast bowl on top of it.
That was nice.
So good.
Damn it. Yeah. Oh. What was I saying?
Tariffs, eggs, agriculture.
Oh, I was going to say, I'll still go back to a live golf tournament, though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Raise the prices. I'll go again.
Saudis know what they're doing.
I will say, looking around at the good times that all the people that bought the expensive tickets were having, I was like, oh, I might.
Yeah, that makes sense.
May want to put some aside
Look
for
all
the
the good
next
time
one.
they're having.
You know?
But what I noticed, too, I thought about that, but at the hole we were sitting at, not to go back all into this from last week, but the time we were having, I was like, oh, well, I'm much closer down here. That's what I like most about it, is how close I am.
Yeah, no, I get that. But like that stadium seating did look pretty cool.
Because there was no way to see the 18th.
Yeah.
Aside from the stadium. Or you had to post up there and the sun was
facing
it
no
the
getting
whole
out of it.
time.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it was wide open, no trees around.
No trees
you weren't getting out of it.
You weren't getting out of it. So, what were we talking about? What was that about? Daylight savings time's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, it's just... Let me have my daylight when I want my daylight. I will say I might feel different about it when both of my kids are done with school. But they go to school, it's pitch black out till 8 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I got one driving.
Yeah.
Got to drive at night on his way to school. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Wholeheartedly. And when I was in school, like there was a lot of kids, some of their extracurricular activities actually took place before the school day started.
Right.
So they'd have to be there even earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right or fair.
Oh, no, it's not.
Or safe.
No. Especially because like the deer, like they come out as the sun's starting to come up.
Yep. Yeah, it's just drop it. Let's just drop it as a whole.
What are you guys, assholes?
I'm a fan of this one, and I think we can run a pretty long way with this. Scalp tattoos of your favorite brands.
All right.
So you've heard of people like getting a brand tattoo for free merch or whatever, like free product.
Yeah, you remember the Fallen brand? There's an F with the star in the middle of it. I seen a dude with a skull tattoo of the Fallen F, and I was like, wow.
Well, that one...
That's crazy
that
time. That
symbol kind of became a symbol for a generation of douchebag. So I don't think that was necessarily for any type of perk. I think that was just like, this is who I am.
Yeah, let's talk about... So I've never heard of like getting a tattoo for a brand for merch.
I've heard it as a concept.
I've seen people get merch for getting a brand tattoo.
Yeah.
But just as like, hey, that's super cool. We would like to send you something.
So my question to you is there a brand out there that you would be willing to tattoo on your body for some type of perk?
DNVR. Shout out.
That makes sense. But that's
shout out the boys at DNVR. Go check them out.
Yeah.
I think East Colfax, downtown Denver, dogs. West Side till I die.
Well, we discussed that I have already branded myself with a company's logo tattooed on my skin. I got absolutely nothing for it.
Yeah.
And that was just...
Would I do it for something or just do it in general?
It would have to be... There would have to be a perk.
Well, I think we're also dismissing a little bit sports tattoos.
True.
Because that's also a brand.
Yeah. So that happens all the time.
That happens all the time.
But the topic did say scalp tattoos specifically.
Of your favorite brands. I think, first of all, scalp tattoos are crazy.
Scalp tattoos are the ones that I can actually kind of get behind because you can just grow your hair out and cover it right back up.
All I'm saying...
But what if you lose all your hair?
And you're going to be old.
Yeah, and now you got spam tattooed on your head for the rest of your life.
Spam's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a brand out there. Like I said, I've already done it, and there was no agreement to me getting anything for it.
You just liked it.
I liked it. I thought it was a cool logo.
Sure.
I thought it represented me and who I was at the time at 18 years old.
It did, probably.
Yeah.
Represent 18-year-old Zak Rector.
Yeah. Bow hunting and baseball was pretty much my entire existence at the time, so it made sense.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
But it's happily covered up now. and I am thinking about having the entire tattoo that I covered it up with removed.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not happy with it.
My wife just got a tattoo covered up. It looks great.
Does it? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I love when a cover up works out.
Dope.
What about
Plosive. About 8 weeks ago, on this show, I was trying to remember the term that admittedly I had heard on another show.
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't. Plosive. And it just hit me.
Because you said dope.
Because I was going, yeah. Plosive.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
P sound, the pop, the p.
I think it's words with like a hard K in them too.
The air that comes out.
Yeah.
That's a plosive.
It gets very aggressive on the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say K 3 times fast.
You almost got me. All right, let's pull one more.
That would have been awesome. Son of a bitch.
Say K 3 times fast. You jerk.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Dick.
I got a good feeling about this one.
Oh, yeah. Wanting to steal from Lowe's every time I'm in there.
What would you like to steal
How
the
about
most?
actively stealing from Lowe's? I'll never tell. Allegedly, it would be easy.
I'd never do it.
What would I steal from Lowe's? Let's see. Screws are expensive.
Yeah.
And bullshit expensive. They're dumb expensive.
Mm-hmm. And you always need them.
Yeah, you
always got to have them around.
Screw.
Yeah.
Plants, I would steal from Lowe's. The plants.
Yeah.
I've never done plants.
You know what I just saw the other day?
Uh-huh.
As you know, I'm a bit of a YouTube aficionado. It's pretty much my only.
That's a thing.
My only source of entertainment. But there's a channel that I follow where the guy, he's a woodworker, and he builds all kinds of cool stuff.
Motherfucker.
Nice. Way to go, chairs. But he showed. He went to Home Depot.
What did he show, Zach?
He went to Home Depot
He
or
showed how to
Lowe's.
set fucking chairs up in front of what somebody's trying to do?
Look, man.
God damn it.
I got to level the playing field somehow. But he would take the big carts that you can haul lumber on?
Uh-huh.
He'd take the whole cart, load it up onto his trailer, strap it down, take it home, unload everything, and then just bring it back. I guess you can just do that.
I don't think you can.
I think you can.
I don't think you
Why would he put it on his YouTube channel?
Dude, I've seen some fucked up stuff on YouTube.
But what a brilliant idea.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
You just talk to the guy at Home Depot and you're like, hey, I'm going to bring this back, but I need it to unload everything at my house.
Yeah, this is a lot of stuff going on right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, I'll need a trailer, but I think I'd like to try that sometime.
I have a trailer. You want to buy a trailer?
No.
I got no way to move it.
Oh, yeah. Your only vehicle that you have that could move it is
Actually,
incapacitated.
you know what I think? You know what I think the problem is now? Because it won't even start.
The trailer?
Yeah. Dead.
No, the GMC?
Yeah. Won't even try to turn on. I think its battery's just dead.
You know what you can do?
Get a new battery.
You can get a new battery, or I just saw this, a little hot tip the other day. Your drill batteries, normally like 12 to 18 volts, you can just hook leads up to those with clips and jumpstart your battery with your drill battery.
For real?
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's dead.
Yeah.
I think the battery stinks. Because also, this should be known to people who are out there, because I'm in this camp, buy the cheaper battery because batteries are crazy expensive.
Absolutely.
That's what gets you.
Yep.
It's the cheaper battery is the one that fucks up.
Yep. But
And it's because it just doesn't have enough juice to regenerate.
I would recommend spend the money on a decent battery.
Yeah.
Those Optimax marine batteries.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, what you're hauling, what you're working with under the hood and what I'm working with under the hood ain't the same thing.
Yeah.
And our car engines are different.
But you can also get a lot of those new batteries. They're
got him. That's 3 times this up, guys. He's fucking just not even paying attention.
Or what you're saying just isn't funny.
I don't think you caught what I said.
I missed it.
Yeah, you did.
Can we run back through it?
Nope.
Okay. But a lot of those...
I tried to say you had a big dick. That's what I tried to say, and you just kept talking.
See, a lot of times...
Like a dickhead.
A lot of times I miss it completely anyway.
I know. I've been telling them.
Sorry.
I've been telling them while you're talking. I've been telling them.
But a lot of these new batteries, they make them a lot smaller now.
Uh-huh.
And I've seen some applications where people have 2 batteries in the same housing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if one does crap the bed, you can quickly switch to another one.
Yeah, those are like in bigger trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that.
But
I do have this weird, maybe you can help me out with this. I know this is, we're not even talking. We're just legit talking at this point.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. You're going to listen to what I got to say. No, but it's got this weird block on top of the battery compartment that I think also has the fuses in it.
Very well could.
We got to look at it because I don't understand it.
We'll take a look. We got some stuff we wanted to work on over at the Cain residence anyway.
That's right. Yeah.
We'll knock a couple things out.
Well, I got to get my Dusty Slay hat on and
just get to work.
I got to homestead a little bit. Shout out Dusty Slay. Great guy. I was supposed to pick a topic. Was I?
I think so. But also, I would like to say, just real quick, which I hate saying that. You showed me your fish pond a couple weekends ago. I want one so bad now. It's all I've been thinking about.
Yeah.
I want to build a fish pond.
Let's go. You got a great spot right out there.
I got some pretty cool ideas,
well, not
too.
Here, but
at my house.
At your house. Landlord would be mad.
Yeah. No, I got a couple cool ideas I'll run through with you.
Put a koi pond in the middle of the street.
Neighbors will love that.
Yeah, let's do that. Sluttiest type of monkey. I like this. This one says bonobos. That's their vote.
I don't. What is a bonobo?
It's a monkey.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not like an animal. Like I don't like look up animals and shit. So I really don't know.
Sexualizing a breed of animals is crazy.
I think capuchin monkeys fuck.
Yeah. Is that the one that Ross had on Friends?
Mm-hmm.
The little one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we won't do that one. I thought it was gonna be awesome. God damn it. I'm willing to talk about this. Barron Trump.
Which one is he?
The kid, the young one.
The youngest one.
Uh-huh. This one says Baron von Trumpsky. Which I like.
That's pretty good.
Baron Trump, this is not a political show. I'm not a political guy. I will say I do sometimes stumble upon him on X, and he basically it looks like he takes the last tweet Trump puts out and runs it through ChatGPT and just says reword this and then posts it, which is a sick move. If you got the followers and your dad's a little unhinged on the internet.
A little.
If your dad says crazy shit on the internet and you can just copy paste and say reword, that's such an elite fucking move.
Yeah.
I really like that move.
You're just echoing exactly what he said all the time.
All the time, but it's like it sounds different. So you're like, dang, he's got, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow Donald Trump, but you do follow him, you're like, this guy, he's coming up.
He's got his ear to the ground on what's going on in
the world.
country.
He's really paying attention. He must have done well in school. But this has always been my take on Barron Trump because the kid's like 6'7" or something.
Oh, he's that young?
Huh?
He's that young?
What?
Barron Trump? 6 years old?
No, he's 6'7".
Oh.
He's a tall fucking white dude.
That's a big dude.
He's a big kid. But he's also young. He's only like, what, 18,
I have
19
no clue.
maybe. I think so. Maybe early 20, maybe. But I thought
I fully believe that he was 6 or 7 years old. So.
No.
I was like, why does he have a Twitter account?
But yeah, so anyways, he's so tall. And I always feel bad when I look at him. Because I'm like, I know that kid could dunk a basketball. And I know.
If he really put his mind to it.
Yeah. He could dunk a basketball.
He's spending all his time at yacht camp instead.
But he just hasn't been put in the position to show the world what he's working with.
Yeah.
On the boards.
Yeah, because you really got to go through some stuff to be able to dunk. That's why I've never been able to.
But at 6'7", it's like a guarantee.
Yeah.
You could just do it. 6'7's tall.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just wasted.
I'm 6'4", and there's absolutely no reason I shouldn't be able to at least touch rim.
Yeah.
But I can't.
I'm 6'1", and foreshore can touch rim.
Yeah. I just don't have it in me. Got a lot of stuff holding me down.
Yeah. Gravity's a bitch.
Hey, well, I always wear cargo shorts, and I load all the pockets up. I'm not fat.
He also has a fallen tattoo somewhere on his body.
It says family.
It says forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's always been, I just feel so bad when I see him because I'm like, damn.
If only you knew.
I don't think he knows.
Yeah.
Something tells me he doesn't know he could dunk a basketball.
Something tells me he's never been in the same room as a black person before either, so.
Yeah, that's probably true.
He's probably never touched a basketball in his life.
That's probably true. He's maybe never even been in the same room as a basketball.
Yeah.
Knowingly.
Yeah. His gym class was croquet and rowing.
You ever rowed?
No.
I've never done it.
It looks so
either.
difficult.
Croquet's nice, though. I like croquet.
I love croquet. Should we go get croquet?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to play it. It is raining. All right. We got to get the fuck out of here.
As we said earlier, hot app.
This was a hot app.
Speaking of, it's very hot in here. I am sweating.
I'm hot. Hot app. God, I'm fumbling the exit right now. If you guys want to participate in the hot apps, email your topics to the bucketboyspod@gmail.com. Go look for us on TikTok at the Bucket Boys Pod and on Instagram at the Bucket Boys Podcast. As always, full video available on YouTube at the Bucket Boys Podcast. Rate, review, subscribe on there. It really helps with everything. And if you're listening to the audio version on Spotify or Apple, please leave us a review and follow along for more episodes every fucking Wednesday, baby.
We've finally gotten to a point that they are every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, dog.
We're getting better in many aspects of this.
It is every Wednesday. We're crushing. You guys are crushing. Thank you all for your support. And if you're in the Charlottesville area, again on Saturday, Ruckersville. If you're in the Ruckersville area.
Yeah.
On Saturday. Come check us out. Don't Tell Comedy. Get your tickets at don'ttellcomedy.com. Zach, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me hopefully only at Instagram, on Instagram at Zach_shoots_. Posting all kinds of clips from the show.
Yeah.
Always. You can keep up to date with what we thought was funny.
Yeah. All that stuff. You can find me at Gunnar Cain Comedy. Anywhere your heart desires. You can also go on Instagram at Seville Comedy and check out all the local dates if you're in the area. Find us all there. Follow all the comics there. Follow the site. And if you are ever in town, it's a great time. The Monday Night Mike at the Southern Cafe Music Hall in downtown Charlottesville on the mall. That's it for me, Zach. What do you got to say?
Not a whole lot. I just hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. And that's it.
Tequila shots?
Yeah, we got to celebrate.